Great Nigerians and wonderful viewers, welcome again to your darling station, The Living Television. We're back again today on Nigeria Today. Nigeria Today comes to you from the stable of The Living Television, where we bring to you current affairs as it happens in our country and various states. In today's Nigeria Today, we'll be discussing the president, point one, the number one person in the country, President Muhammadu Buhari, who has asked Nigerians for forgiveness and also to have patience with its administration's shortcomings. He also promised that he's handing Nigerians over to a man who will continue from where he stopped. Away from that, we will also be looking at the National Security Advisor, who has also dismissed insinuations that the lingering fuel scarcity and cashlessness in the country will disrupt this election. So these and many more we'll be looking at this edition of Nigeria Today. From my far left, I have Barrister Chukwuemeka Nwogu. Barrister Chukwuemeka Nwogu. He is a security consultant, a practicing lawyer, and a human affairs analyst. Barrister, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, moderator, and good day, viewers.
After him, I have a comrade Nnamdi Elekwachi. Comrade Nnamdi Elekwachi is a historian, a public and political affairs analyst, and also a public affairs analyst. Comrade, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, viewers.
All right, on the first shot, President Muhammadu Buhari has asked Nigerians for forgiveness and patience with his administration's shortcomings. He promised that the next APC government that will be led by Tinubu will correct his shortcomings and also continue from where he left off. I want to start with you, comrade. This is an apology, a sincere apology from the president, if I may say.
Yeah.
And then having asked Nigerians to forgive his shortcomings, the administration's shortcomings, and then also promising that the incoming president, inshallah, if God permits, Tinubu, will continue also from where he stopped.
Yeah. Well, the president had actually told the line of the wife. Remember, the wife actually came out before now to apologize to Nigerians, saying we may not have gotten everything right, the promises were not kept, that is, if they were not broken, but I'm apologizing, I'm saying sorry. And the wife had actually, in fact, being one of the vocal voices supporting Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the whole permutations we've seen so far, even supporting what Governor El Rufai said concerning Tinubu, that there is a cabal within the presidency trying to thwart his effort or trying to ruin his chances of emerging the president of Nigeria come 2023 May. But be that as it may, I think President Muhammadu Buhari should be grateful for one thing. He is the most tolerated president so far. He is the most. So whether his apology will be, to me, in fact, the apology is needless. He had already been, in fact, he's been giving them, in fact, the highest level and amount of tolerance in this country. Yes, it is also good he also tries to appraise his government. But you see that the man apologizing is the same person whose ministers have been praising each time they do their scorecard. Lai Mohammed will come out to tell us the indices where they have actually done well, done better. They will tell you the amount of territories that was actually in the hands of non-state actors and the size that has been recovered so far. But in actual sense, we know that all the three-pronged areas, corruption, economy, and insecurity, the APC promised on, you understand, campaign on, nothing was achieved in these three areas. But be that as it may, what legacy will President Muhammadu Buhari leave now? Now that he's almost spent and done. Only thing he has to do is just to allow this election to be free and fair. The way his body language seems to be showing, you understand? And I know that this is just face saving. This statement is face saving, and I will explain why. It's just window dressing. The whole thing is that certain persons now, including some allies of the president, are against the president for not supporting Asiwaju Tinubu. The APC presidential candidate is supposed to tour 36 states, but I'm told that the president decided to go with him on 10. In some occasions, he didn't even appear. In the one he appeared, I think in Bauchi or somewhere, we were told that the mic developed fault and everything ended. And the president, now listen, you can't compare it with the robust manner with which President Obasanjo then campaigned vigorously for Omar Musa Yar'Adua. You understand? It doesn't even look like Tinubu is another party. Imagine Tinubu coming out to cry that the Naira redesign policy and then fuel scarcity is being orchestrated from persons within the presidency who want to undermine him.
Okay.
So I think what the president has actually succeeded at doing is to say, yes, I'm still supporting Tinubu, so that the people who are in Tinubu's camp will feel. But from the optics, from what we are seeing, the presidency. In fact, I would have loved we played the interview by Najatu Muhammad. She said that the wife of the president is even the chief in the cabal. So,
okay, that's it. Council, as you look into that, where Mr. President is asking Nigerians to forgive his administration's shortcomings, and also promising that if Tinubu is eventually elected as the president of the country, he will correct those shortcomings and continue from where he stopped. Then I want you to compare it with his also open broadcast, where he said that he will want Nigerians to elect whosoever they want, and that nobody will disturb it.
Well, clearly, Mr. President has again demonstrated the consistent inconsistency for which the APC administration is known. They blow hot and cold in the same breath. You just took the words out of my mouth, sir. This is a man that has failed. His administration has failed woefully in 7 years. And he's trying to convince us that he would do magic, perform magic in the remaining
few months.
5 months. That was late last year. Somehow when he made that statement, I remember what Comrade said on one of our programs, that this is the only legacy that Mr. President would be able to give. If he was able to do it, grant Nigerians a free and fair election. Let whosoever that will get it, that the people will elect, get it. That it would have the capability of washing away the sins of this administration. And so, Mr. President proceeded along that line, kept on reassuring us, even about the redesigning of the Naira. He told us specifically that he was targeting those money bags,
yes,
that we want to buy votes, and that it is not going to work out. And to use his words, he said, there is no going back. Today, he has gone back on his words by telling us that he will want to hand over to Asiwaju, and that Asiwaju will continue
from where he stopped.
Meaning that, number one, the inconsistency will continue of the administrative policies of the APC. Number two, the insecurity will continue. They're already continuing. The petrol is now 500 naira a liter. The economy is in shambles. Everything has just... Today, you can't even find the old notes. You can't find the new notes. Should have left the thing now. If he knew he will continue extending and re-extending the deadline, he shouldn't have bothered. Now, just imagine how many billions we spent printing the new notes.
The new notes.
It wasn't necessary at all.
Even when some of the old notes were even printed as at August last year.
Yes, it wasn't necessary if he knew that he wouldn't have the lever, because clearly he has demonstrated a lack of lever to push through. That means that the promise made to Nigerians by Mr. President some days ago, some weeks ago, all of a sudden, it is now what the APC is known for. All promises cancelled. That's the APC. All promises cancelled. So we are back to square one. It's most unfortunate. And in line with that, the apology is most unacceptable. No Nigerian will take that apology. No reasonable Nigerian will accept that apology, because it is not rooted on justice. It is not rooted on equity. It is not rooted on anything that is fair. How can you tell us some weeks ago that you push through this policy, not going back, see where you are going? And Nigerians decided to brace up, because we knew it would call for tough times. But we said, let us go with the man one more step. Like Comrade said, he is the most tolerated president anywhere in the world. You were wrong, so you said in Nigeria. I have expanded it to anywhere in the world. No nation will tolerate President Muhammadu Buhari the way Nigerians have tolerated him in these 8 years.
All right, Comrade, I wanted to look at these two statements. One is the apology. He agreed, he accepted that there are shortcomings in his administration. He has asked Nigerians to be patient because just in a few months he's going to leave. He accepted the shortcomings. But I think where we have problem is also telling us that the man who is coming in and from the APC is going to continue from where he stopped.
The insecurity will continue, the economy will continue going down, no petrol, no money, nothing, no education, no light. You don't even have light, you cannot use gen to power your own light because there is no petrol. You see the petrol, you buy it at 500 naira a litre. What is the dollar exchange rate?
You know, if I tell you the amount of money that has been put into making the image of President Muhammadu Buhari, you will not believe it. The amount of money in terms of PR and the rest of them, you understand, that has been put into place just to make sure that the image of this man is salvaged, that the image of this man is present, yes, is laundered and then presented to the public as the most palatable. But let me say it here and now. One, the man has never before accepted that his administration has fours and foibles. He even blamed the past administration.
Seriously.
He used the first 4 years to blame PDP for 16 years. Now, the next 4 years he had now gave him just on a platter to better the records. He also could not deliver the goods. He now turned and started telling us the person who is coming after him will continue. What are the good legacies that the person is going to continue with? Now, the most important thing is that the president few weeks ago did say that Nigerians should be free to go out and vote for whoever they want to vote. He has said it even in BBC and anywhere you want to talk about, he has said it. Now, the same president is saying vote for, he's now saying the person who is coming after him. And that statement presupposes something. It has this air of finality that the next president under the next presidency or the next administration under Bola Tinubu, as if
with some measure of certainty, yes, he's already sure because he alone will vote for Nigerians.
Yes, but the truth about it is that throughout the course of his presidency, even his cabinet has not been in order. Even his house has not been in order. We've been having back and forth, fight here, fight, bickerings, and it was under this administration that we heard that at the order of the first lady, inside the house, gunshot was actually released. Yes. You understand? It was under this administration that we heard that the wife of the president actually had issues with people they call cabal, And now somebody is telling us also that, do you know that yes, as we speak now, some persons, that was a telephone conversation that was actually tapped, and then they were calling that woman the terrorist. I think the suicide from Adamawa, the first lady. So it goes along telling you that the APC itself, as a party, even as a government, they came not prepared. And I think one of them issued what should be considered as the real apology. I think either I've forgotten the name, but the person said the truth was that they came unprepared, that they were just interested only in sacking the PDP. But the moment PDP was sacked, the business of governance started, APC lost.
Yeah, they succeeded in sacking PDP.
Blaming the past.
They will still, yeah.
Well, I think Nigerians they are comparing and are equally contrasting. Yes, very few in few months, I think there will be a new story in this country. Having said that, we are going to go on a very short break, and when we come back, Nigeria Today continues. Don't go away. Keep watching Living TV.
Allow me to enjoy myself. I love you.
Have you heard that Living Television, the latest satellite station on Satview channel, is received all over Nigeria and Africa? You can watch Living Television on every free-to-air HD decoder, including Strong HD and CSAT HD. Why keep paying for monthly subscriptions when you can have fun for free? With Living Television, you can watch lots of wrestling, football, documentaries, and Nigerian films, including discussions and debates on current Nigeria issues. Watch free live matches on La Liga Spain come Serie A, Italy come Bundesliga, German League 1, and French matches on over 80 premium channels. Wow! You can also sponsor your programs such as live church services and crusades, political rallies, burial and wedding ceremonies, promotional interviews, announcements, advertisements, documentaries, and commercials. We are situated at number 1 Jeji Street off Ikorebane Road, Aba, Abia State. For further enquiries, call 0805 367 3900. Signed, Management.
I love you.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go? I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria?
Great Nigerians, I'm glad you're still there watching your favorite television, Living TV. We're happy you're still there on your program, Nigeria Today. This is where we bring you or discuss issues that concern Nigerians with wonderful experts and analysts who will also tell you what you need to know and hear. Going forward, on Tuesday at a public presentation of the book, Peter Obi, Many Voices of One Perspective in Abuja, Peter Obi of the Labour Party appealed to Nigerians to support him to turn Nigeria around for good. In the forthcoming general election, Obi said, if we get it wrong, nobody can tell what next will happen to us. Council, I'm starting with you. This is appeal made by Obi. He said he's appealing to Nigerians to vote him, that he will help to turn Nigeria around for good. Just like Obasanjo said sometime, that if we get it wrong this time, nobody, in fact, what will happen may be very unpredictable. So what's your take on that statement?
Well, what Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, did was to campaign.
Yeah.
And he is campaigning. You have to give it up to him that as far as this forthcoming election is concerned, in terms of aggressive campaigning and enlightenment and advocacy, Peter Obi has been engaging Nigerians, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, different fora, different levels. So you don't deny him that. And you will also agree with me that he has been very good in his public speeches. In terms of presentation, there is no doubt about that. In terms of reading out facts and figures, his research, information available at his disposal, you know, he has it almost all covered. And the others have equally been campaigning. What Peter Obi has told us is marketing himself. What will convince Nigerians to vote for him. The others, in their own way, have also been campaigning. And they must not have the same style. You will again agree with me that at least the three major contenders, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Emiloko, Bat, that each of them, they have their style. Somebody said that Bat was not really forgetting where he would say a town hall different from Bala Blue, blah, blah. That the man is actually muttering incantations aimed at hypnotizing Nigeria, and that we are there laughing. But that it has a spiritual connotation. It's out there in the public domain. Some people have said that. And that is his own pattern of campaigning. You ask him this. When he's addressing on it, he moves from there into the other one. Ignores what you ask him entirely and heads into another one. If he finds it difficult to answer pointedly, he will nominate El Rufai to take one question. Nominate another person to take one. That is his style.
But don't you think when you are asking him A and is from A and it jumps to B, he's helping the questionnaire so that before you get to B, he would have answered the whole
That's
question.
why I said that each of them has his own
pattern.
style. What you have reeled out for Peter Obi is his own style of campaigning.
Okay.
He is campaigning, he has told us, it is left for Nigerians whether to agree with him. Because each of them is telling us that he's the best. Atiku Abubakar says he's the best. Peter Obi says he's the best. Emiloko says he's the best. Kwakwaso says he's the best. Even Showore says he's the best.
All right, comrade.
Yeah.
Let's not just look at these most of the statements because we need to weigh them. That is the sense of their campaigning to us. You know, we need to weigh. That's why sometime we discussed about these debates. You know, why politicians, those of them who are seeking this public office, must come out openly to tell us, you know, what they have in stock for us. But as it concerns P2B, as a historian, I also wanted to look at. Let us look at the within a few seconds. Look at the antecedents of all these other two, and even P2B, because all of them has been, especially this. In fact, the four of them, including Kwakwaso, they have been in one position or the other in this country, and which most of us are witnesses to. So I want you to look at that and then talk about Obi's promise.
Okay, thank you very much. I think without wasting time, I will say that we have 18 candidates from various political parties who are aspiring to be the president come May 2023. And we are always focusing on four. We call them major political parties. But I think I'll be talking about Showore also. Tinubu says Tinubu's in fact, the backbone of his campaign rests on the fact that he was able to develop Lagos State. Yes, and was able, and I give him that credit, and was able to run that state independently of the federal source. He was using internal revenue. That's independent source, yes, of revenue to fund the state, and was able to pay salaries and then do other things he did. Fine. And then again, if you look at Atiku Abubakar, he will tell you that he was the brain behind privatization scheme under Obasanjo, and was also the one who co-opted.
Well under that.
Yes, who co-opted other persons like Ngozi.
In Niger,
other persons. He
the
said,
telecom, Nigeria has done so well.
he will say he co-opted them, and then
So you have one that has worked.
to a great extent. To a great extent, the communication we are enjoying today, he also contributed to it, and he has also made a lot of claim that he had years of experience, having been in the SDP by 1992, and was actually in the race then until the political permutation changed. Now, if you look at Kwankwaso, his credential is that he is the most well-read. He has PhD. He has been a councillor. He has been in the House of Reps. He has been, I think, he has been a senator. He has been a minister. In fact, he has, according to him, he's held many positions, and is well-read. That he has not even seen anybody competent enough to step down for. Then now come to Peter Obi. You see that Peter Obi is one who is also who has actually changed the narrative when it comes to campaign, issue-based. He's been talking about his ability to run Anambra, and then after running the affairs there, he's not on salary or on any pension, that he did not inherit any land, and he left money, which is what we are talking about now. He said he left money both in dollar and in naira for the state to take care of its future needs, and that he didn't owe salary. He was able to build infrastructure. Then he is urging Nigerians to vote for him and not go the way of people who have money or the money bags. These are just the people. Then Showore says, of all the persons running, I am the only revolutionary. I am the only visionary. You know his campaign, revolution now, and then how he has fought with the president, with the present administration. But that said again, I think the statement by Peter Obi is also adding to what he said so much I like. Hold me accountable if I fail to deliver.
Who is saying?
Peter Obi said that.
Yes.
He said, if I fail to deliver,
the APC.
if I fail to deliver, hold me.
That is all of them have in the past said so.
Hold me responsible.
All of them.
He said,
None of these current ones are
none of them has said this the way he said it. He says the buck stops. See where it stops? At my table. If I fail to deliver on these promises I'm making, hold me responsible. That's like a pact. That's like a covenant. That's like a bond.
It's not going to apportion blame.
Promise. Yes, it's not going to waste the first 4 years. Waste the first 4 years. Blaming that. Of course, the administration everybody has seen it, that Nigeria is indebted over 44 trillion naira, and we are looking to have about 77 trillion naira by the time the president leaves office as public debt stock. So any coming administration should not council will say we shouldn't even stand to be blamed. We have seen the challenges, and we are electing you to come and fix them. So the thing there is that the onus lies on the voters to look at these persons, these 4 or 5 persons, and then including other ones, and know the basis, or to know their qualifications or what appeals to them, and go out there and vote. But if you must vote, remember where we are today. You must vote not because of ethnicity, and even P2B has said that. Don't vote for me because I'm a Christian, or that I am Igbo, or that it is my turn. Vote for me because you believe in my character and my competence. So if you must vote, and Atiku has also re-echoed that. Atiku has said that too. So if you must vote, vote for people with capability, who can steer, who can navigate this nation from where we are today. Our unborn children are even owing. When the president went to the National Assembly seeking securitization or restructuring of the ways and means advances, we are owing the CBN. You understand? He was looking to have 40-year extension plan. What that means is 2 generations. A generation is 25 years. The next one is what? So we are talking about 2 generations, and we are talking about people that are not even yet born, are already indebted. So we have to look at all these things and look at the security, look at everything, and know how to vote.
All right, away from that, the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Mungono, retired, has dismissed insinuations that the lingering fuel scarcity and naira and Naira redesign policy, which has led to a scarcity of the currency notes and the chaotic situations with banks across the country, is orchestrated to scuttle the forthcoming general election. The NSA, National Security Advisor, said that the federal government has put in place measures to ensure a peaceful and credible election, that these scarcity, both fuel and the redesigning of the Naira has nothing to do to stop it, that the federal government is in charge. Council.
In all honesty, I would have loved to believe him. My position is that the scarcity of the Naira, what we are facing currently, is not sufficient to scuttle the electoral process. That the electoral process would continue grinding and not to a halt, but to continue moving. I gave the indices and referred to other medium of exchange that you could use to cater for logistics. So I don't see it as being capable of truncating it. Sadly, and most unfortunately, I am constrained to reappraise my position in the light of the prevarications and inconsistencies by his boss, Oga Chief Driver, the boss of this security advisor, who would tell us emphatically, categorically, and consistently for about 3, 4, 5 times a particular position, Nigerians would mentally sign a social contract with him on it and follow him, tolerate him. Midstream, he will change course and tell us the exact opposite of what he has said. Some weeks ago, he told us, don't bother, let's all endure it. It's all for the best. It's going to be for a brief period. No more money politics in Nigeria. These politicians, we are phasing them out. They are on their way out. Only for him to come out now to tell us, we will continue as usual. So what? And the security advisor is a member of this administration. So he cannot tell us more than his boss. Whatever he tells us cannot supersede whatever position his boss has taken. He can be below it, but never above it. So that's why I said I would have loved to believe the man, but in the light of what his boss is now doing, I'm forced to reappraise my situation.
All right, comrade, before we go, I look into that matter, the National Security Advisor, and then I think when such a person, when he's talking on behalf of the federal government,
yes,
we need to listen to him.
Exactly.
He has said that these two things, both the fuel scarcity, the cashlessness in the country, cannot scuttle this forthcoming general election. And yet with the level of hardship people experiencing, we saw when we were discussing the other time, we saw what was happening in the banks and, ATM.
You see, let us not try to pretend or even deceive ourselves. If the situation is not properly managed, it may get out of hand and cause problem. But nobody is praying for breakdown of law and order or for anarchy, you understand, or for statelessness in Nigeria. We are gradually coming close to the end of the administration. But the National Security Advisor should know better, and he has more intelligence reports.
That they do not use. For jail, prison break, they had about 44, and they didn't use it.
Intelligence reports. So. And then he's a person close to the president, and there are certain information they may know within themselves that they may not even share for what maybe in national interest. But I have to say this, you see, their insecurity ordinarily, not just the factors or the issues of fuel scarcity and currency design and swap issue. You see, just 2 days ago, about 70-something persons were killed in Katsina, the home state of the president. And certain news sources said it was up to 100. Some said it was 50-something. But what could be deduced from this whole thing is that persons are still being killed in Nigeria every day. And there are some places these terrorists, the governor of Niger State came out at the point to say they were close to FCT. That there are some places, in fact, Shiroro, where you have the Shiroro Dam, they say the bandits have occupied there. They are also in the forest margins. They are in some places. In fact, now it also means that yes, there may be, because even as we are in the southeast, we've seen security challenges and breaches that we have known that we are praying. How are people in places like Njaba, Olo Axis, how are they going to fare doing that? So there is a challenge. We have to appreciate the reality that there is a security challenge, but that does not mean we cannot have election. I saw the whole news and I listened to the whole thing. Even when Loke Erabo, chief of the defense staff, spoke, they also gave assurance to the fact that the election will happen. But I am expecting them to up their game, you understand, to raise the bar of security, so that when we are having this election, as it happened under Jonathan, people in Borno can actually vote in their millions, and then those in Sokoto, those in other places, those in down south can actually vote. So election cannot happen where there is insecurity.
All right, this is the march we are going to take for today. From my far left, Barrister Chukwuemeka Nwogo, what is your parting word for today?
My parting word is for us to continue being prayerful, and let's not lose hope. Let's still have hope, and then let's get prepared to vote out bad, horrible, terrible administration. All right, and Comrade Nnamdi Lekwachi, your parting word?
Okay, my parting word is whether currency design insecurity, the only thing that can correct it is election. Make sure you participate in the election. Make sure you vote for the right candidate of your choice. The person you want your children's character to be like his.
Is the man you should vote.
Vote for that kind of person. Thank you.
All right, that is the march we are going to take for today. From my far left is Barrister Chukwuemeka Nwogo. Barrister Chukwuemeka Nwogo, thank you for being part of today's program.
Thank you, moderator, and goodbye, viewers.
And Comrade Nnamdi Lekwachi, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you so much, sir. It's always my pleasure. Thank you, our viewers.
This is your anchor man, Chinedum Adiele, signing off. Remember, you keep watching Living Television. Tomorrow, we will bring you your favorite program tomorrow. That is
tomorrow the program will hold.
Tomorrow the program will hold. Issues of the moment is the program, and I'm sure you'll be there. Keep watching Living TV until we come your way again. Is Chinedum Adiele signing off.
To go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. I want to know. Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's head into which way